as women, it's a continual refashioning of your life. And I'm 67 years old, so I've had a lot of refashioning my life over the years. Well, refashion your life, I've thought a lot about that. And I think as women, it's a continual refashioning of your life. And I'm 67 years old, so I've had a lot of refashioning my life over the years. I grew up the oldest of 8, and so I had one thing that I've had to refashion is the way I cook, because I started with 8 and then I went down to 2 and then I got back up to 9 of us with 7 children, and then now I'm back to 2. So we've refashioned everything in our lives as we go along. In our marriage, it's been a refashion, and as I started, it was just the 2 of us. And a year later, we had a new baby, and so then you refashion to be a mom and to figure out how you're a mom. And as our children came along, and as we started to do more with our lives, we were busy trying to make a living, and the relationship between husband and wife changes to where you just kind of survive. And if I could go back, I'd probably try to change that a little bit and do more to try to spend more time with just my husband and put him first. But at the time, it was like lots of demands, and financially we had to work hard to just keep food on the table. And so each of us were working 2 or 3 different jobs and ways to do that, mostly mine at home. But as our children got older and our youngest went into school, then I had to refashion myself to work. And I went to work as a school secretary, and for 21 years I was a school secretary. But I was always home when my kids were home, which was a great thing, and I could be involved in their activities and in the school. But because I never finished college and never had any official training, that was pretty good work to learn all that and to learn to do that. And so you kind of refashioned into a career person kind of for a while. And then as all of our children, and even you become, as a mom, you become so many different things. And we did weddings, and you became a wedding planner, and there's just so many things that you do. But over the whole time, the most important thing was just the family and doing things together, and our religion and our beliefs played a big part in that. Most of my life, from the time I was in high school, my joints and my body had hurt quite a bit, and I'd had a lot of trouble with my back hurting. And so about the time that I was expecting my youngest child, I got a couple of hot joints. My hand hurt so badly for a weekend that I couldn't even touch anything with it without just excruciating pain. And I went to the doctor, and they diagnosed me with rheumatoid arthritis. And it didn't test positive, but they said sometimes it doesn't. Well, so for the next 15 years, I was treated for that, and it acted like that. But once I started as a secretary inside, all the time it got worse and worse. My collarbones hurt, I hurt everywhere. I got maybe 2 hours sleep at night and thought I was going to have to quit my job because I couldn't think. Names I knew I couldn't say to my principal. And then that summer I found something that really changed my life. It helped me, and I started to sleep better and started to get better. And that continues, but I found that the most important thing was to just keep moving and keep doing things and keep active, and that made it better than anything else. And then my husband's company had closed, the one he had worked for, and he had to get a new job. And part of that was that he was away from home for about 5 days a week. And that was kind of a trial both for him and for me, in the fact that it was really hard to keep our relationship during that time. And I would just have to listen to the Spirit, and it would tell me, you need to go. and see him because he couldn't come home or did. And then as I retired, we decided to go on a mission for our church. And at that point, we were together every minute for all the time. And we reconnected, and that was a wonderful thing for us. And we learned to rely on each other and trust each other. And there are still a few times when, no matter who you are, no matter what your background is as a person, when you get married, you may think you're just alike, but there's so many differences in your backgrounds. And so you just refashion yourself to go with your spouse. And we've been married 48 years next week, and probably get along better than we ever have. We love each other more. And now in the last couple months, we were home a while and went on another mission. We had to rent an apartment for the first time ever in our lives, which was a new thing for us. And our trials through life have not been great like some people's, but we still, I think maybe we've had some trials, but it's our attitude with them, that we always know that there's a plan and that it's okay. Whatever it is, we'll find out the reason for whatever happens to us. And I believe that with all my heart, that I know that we have a Heavenly Father who loves us, and if we just do the things that are good and serve other people and serve our families, that we will be happy, whatever the trials that we have to face. So we just continually refashion. Now we've moved, we're in a new home, and we're refashioning our whole existence again. But it's fun, and it's exciting, and we look forward to it. I just want you to know that no matter what it is that you're handed in life, and sometimes you have really, really hard things to do. I would never want to walk in someone else's shoes because I'll just keep mine. But no matter what your circumstance is, your attitude of being happy, relying on Jesus Christ in prayer, and putting your family and God first will be what will get you through, no matter what your trials are.